Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Misses with the straight left. No rest for the weary. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. You were thinking. Now don't...
Come on, do you want to win this fight? The fight's not over yet.
Up, but you'll take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered. He's hurt. He's ready to go.
Here we go to the fourth round. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Beautiful counter punch. Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
There's a counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not sure if I'd be taunting right now. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do.
I'm a Russian, I'm a fighter, I am everything you fear. Ask your questions, I'm the answer, I'm the whispers in your ear. When the lights start flashing for you, expectations loud and clear. I'm a Russian, I'm a fighter, I am everything you fear. It's the prize I envision, nature of the beast, no collision, in the cage, when you visit, get the leave, in the distance and it's sacred. Set your expectations, hope you made your reservations, till I land and you face it, what you tasting. Advertise and displayed it. You know the heart that you made it. It's an art when I draw, you should save it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham, and next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
Time for our tale of the tape. It's the Towering Inferno, 6 foot 5.5 tall with a massive reach of 80 inches. And up against him, it's the Towering Inferno. Making his way to the ring, the guy they call the Towering Inferno, and you can tell why. He's a massive, massive man for this weight class, standing nearly 6 foot 6 inches. It's the Towering Inferno. Can you imagine having to deal with this guy's frame? They call him, of course, the Towering Inferno. And up against him, it's the Towering Inferno, fighting out of Coachella, California, ranked as the best active light middleweight by the Ring magazine.
Oh, pure bad blood.
Well, we're all set. Let's go into the ring for the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, representing the renowned boxing family from Coachella, California in the United States, here is a unified super welterweight champion of the world, the Towering Inferno, Sebastian Fundora. Fighting out of the blue corner, representing the renowned boxing family from Coachella, California in the United States, here is a unified super welterweight champion of the world, the Towering Inferno, Sebastian Fundora.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
This is...
Many said this fight would never happen, and yet here it is, and here we go. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Swing and a miss with that uppercut. All the talking has been done. It's time to start doing the walking.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
He threw a punch and just got countered. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Good counter punch. Nice job to block that uppercut. So much firepower here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. You know that bell was sweet music. Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twist you do. So you've got to fight a counterpuncher smart.
jab slightly off target. Nope, that uppercut does not score. Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Just misses with the right uppercut. How about that time counter shot? If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
The bell sometimes.
Let's get it started in round 3. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt, you've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp. Don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
It's all offense all the time. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. There's a counter shot. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That uppercut does not score. Swing and a miss with the hook. Is he going to punch himself out, though? When are we going to see a jab from these two? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, it was like 2.
Back at it in round 4. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until the senses have come back.
Nice counter shot. You hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Unlucky to miss with that uppercut. Can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. The Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being... That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it.
That's lights out right there.
What they say now. I like to welcome everybody out to the samurai. Indeed. Here we go, one side. Really neat. Very beautifully, alliterated. A little battle raps for you. Little battle rap. Really neat. What you got? Very beautifully alliterated. A little battle raps for you. So alive. Come on through. Big eyes looking like skies and binoculars. Two nights live singing by the opera house, but not in it. Just by it, someone alongside it. A long silence. A strong, vibrant, meditative song of guidance designed to raise eyelids sublime and save assignments with warm regards and age kindness for today's climate. In the vein of gang violence meets the gang's demises, and it bangs, rises like wings on a plane, plus a pilot who can fly into the eye. Hurricane, Irish stylish, same shoe in different sizes, with evidences of the mileage and the growth. Top hats and coats, tuxedos and throats where the bow ties post. Folks look past the lower class blower of the notes and tell unspoke jokes as they approach what she'll never be inside. But she holds. Really neat.
We've got high hopes. Antonio. And they'll be facing...
This bout is...
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
So, all the talking's done. Now,
I want you to protect
get down
yourself
to
at all
action.
times.
Under the bright lights
And what
here
I
for
say
this
you
one.
must obey.
Really good matchup,
luck.
and we're hoping for a really good fight. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. Just misses with that left uppercut. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Throws the uppercut, but misses. This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
they have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
How about that time counter shot? And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you.
That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it.
1, 2, 3, 4, and we continue.
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
He's got to waste time, get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. They say no one knows a fighter better than their trainer. Here we go for round 2. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs are feeling like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Left hook just missed. Catch and shoot. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
As the counter lands. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Just misses with that uppercut. Beautiful counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Tarver in some serious trouble. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the rope play.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When it...
There's the bell for round 3. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighters.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Oh, hold on a second, Johnny. Oh, that one caught Tarver clean, and he might go down. Just one punch away from getting the momentum back.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Nice counter shot. That one lands. And Tarver's been rocked. That was the moment.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Nice counter shot. I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. No, we don't see a knockdown.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. That bell could not have come soon enough for this. On to the fourth we go. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Well done with that counter shot. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Beautiful counter punch. No rest for the weary. counterpunch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. There's a... Tarver's been rocked. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
B-Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
And he scores with the counter. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get cut. So you've got to go for those pointed areas, over the eyebrows, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Down big time in the score. Back into the fray here in round 5. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
A perfect counter shot. Good counter punch. This is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Those counter punches have to hurt. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Tarver in some serious trouble. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close. So close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Oh, that one caught Tarver clean, and he might go down. Antonio Tarver goes down. Let's watch that again in replay from a different angle.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?